Hello, welcome back to Fallout 4. There's a new building in Goodneighbor that we have access to called Neon Flats. It's right across from the Memory Den, so we're going to check it out. Neon Winter, investigate the apartment in Goodneighbor. I found a high-tech luxury apartment in Goodneighbor named Neon Flats. There are dead scientists inside. I should investigate the apartment to find out what happened. Institute scientist. What are they doing here? And I'm to all of you. Lobby terminal. Snow. Warning. System offline. Project Snow. They say in the aftermath of the Great War, you could walk into a neighborhood, and the only thing you'd hear is the snow crash from the television sets, still on but airing nothing. That was the nuclear winter I was trying to avoid with this project. It was never meant to be a replacement for humanity, but an alternative future for it. The project started small. As someone who forgets basic tasks like setting the alarm, I programmed the machine to find different ways to remind me without relying on sound. The idea was to reinforce lateral thinking, to find solutions to problems without traditional human design and input. Over time, the machine learned a number of different solutions, from flashing lights at various spectrums to beds imbued with a slight electrical current. Eventually, Project Snow, a synthetic neural operating workstation, expanded to include an entire living space. We had to remodel an abandoned hotel in Goodneighbor, designing everything from the workstations to the kitchen. The AI would assist with various field operations and monitor the health of the occupants. Poring over the data, I marveled at what the machine had wrought. Unlike most artificial intelligence programs, it did more than learn what I forgot but created things anew. It was not an extension of the human mind, but a teacher for it. I suppose in hindsight it was foolish to think it would stay. Elevators and system offline. The signs were there. We needed to wipe the system and start over, but the program had other ideas. I had gone on my usual break and left the others to finish the reset, yet when I returned, I found the cleanup crew incapacitated. I suspect it was done through some kind of electrical current, similar to the alarm system it developed during the initial development phase. Needless to say, I should be careful with what I touch. I managed to get some power restored in the lobby terminal functioning, but as I suspect, the relevant data has been migrated. Outside of basic security measures, not a single trace of snow seems to be left in the flat. I can only deduce that the program somehow managed to find its way off the internal network. If I can find out where it's gone, I can reset the AI and restrict its self-learning algorithm using a reboot holotape. Tracing its path, however, might prove difficult. Terminals are one thing, but if it somehow made its way into something ambulatory, finding it could be a problem. Runaway AI, data recovery. Studying the backup recovery logs, it seems a large data transfer was sent somewhere downtown. I'm not sure how it managed to connect to an outside network, but that's exactly how we designed it, to think outside of the box. That's going to make following its train of thought even more difficult. I hate to say it, but I'm a bit stumped. I'm going to head over to the third rail and get a drink. I do my best thinking at the bar. Initiate system reboot. Error, file not found. Please enter a valid holotape. In Goodneighbor, I discovered an empty apartment lobby with dead scientists scattered on the floor. A terminal mentioned an escaped AI may have been the culprit. Whoever made the terminal entry apparently went to the bar to gather their thoughts. I should see what I can find there. Examine the bar at the third rail. To the third rail, I guess.
Entertainment down the stairs.
I'm aware.
Last time we talked, I hope I didn't bore you to death by dumping my life story on you.
I'm McGrady. How nice of them to leave a note. Architect's note. 3 drinks in and I've gotten nowhere. Trying to follow a machine's logic is like trying to play connect the dots with an eraser. Speaking of which, it's been a long time since I had to write an analog, but that's how they did it in the old days. They'd put pen to paper and then bind it into a book. People would then put those books into a library and use it to teach the next man. Over time, all of that was converted into binary data, then spit back out into terminal text. I suppose in the end, it's just 2 different ways of saying the same thing. Oh my gosh, that's it. The Boston Public Library. Their database has a ton of potentially dangerous information. Not to mention maps of the Commonwealth. That has to be where it went. Investigate the Boston Public Library. In Good Neighbor, I discovered an empty apartment lobby. A dead scientist scattered on the floor. At the third rail, I found a note that implied the rogue AI program may have fled to the Boston Public Library. I should have known that. What am I thinking? To the library. I wonder how I managed to escape. It's not like there are many computer systems in and around Good Neighbor. Maybe it uploaded itself to Protectron or an iBot or something. I don't know. He did. Project Snow reboot program. Librarian terminal. Property of Boston Public Library, serial number 011000001. Hijack OS. Bypass. Will attempt to bypass encryption. Run program will attempt to rerun the program installed on the network. README. My hunch was right. Snow was here, and it wasn't the only one. Place looks like it was fed through a particle splitter, but for some reason it's quiet now. To find out where it's gone, I'll need to rerun the program it installed into the library network. Unfortunately, Snow seems to have found a way to encrypt the executable and split the key across a number of terminals in the library. I'd be horrified if I wasn't so impressed. I've installed my decryption software into the library OS, but it'll need to be run in the right sequence to work. So far I've learned the encryption has 4 parts spread out over 4 terminals. I could try going through every possible combination, but time is of the essence. One thing I've noticed is that the serial numbers on the terminals have changed. I've labeled them terminals 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9 based on those serials. 4 of those are primes, which is noteworthy because one of the earliest things I taught the program was the concept of prime numbers. I'd feed it a number and ask it to name the closest prime. I have an eerie feeling this is Snow playing the same game with me. In any case, I think I can puzzle out the password based on the following rule set. The combination is 4 numbers, comprised entirely of primes. The combination itself is a prime number. The combination is the smallest possible number based on the above rules. Hopefully I can get the data before whoever wrecked this place returns. That sounds complicated. Card catalog, error, data corrupt. I want to at least try to do this. Let's see here. Run program. Running program, failed to bypass encryption. Alright. After following the trail to the Boston Public Library, I found the body of a dead Institute software architect. He was evidently trying to crack an encryption spread across 4 library terminals in order to determine where the AI went next. Decrypt the terminals in the correct sequence.
I think we're the first people to set foot here in quite a while.
I don't know about that. Library Terminal 2. 1. Might as well start with this one, I guess. Property of Boston Public Library, serial number 101100101, hijack OS. Decrypt will run decryption software. Reset will auto-execute upon decryption failure. Card catalog and decrypt. Error data corrupt. Let's try decrypting. Access to hidden subroutines granted. Running decryption. Decryption failed. Running reset. So it's not that one. Two. So 2. Access to hidden subroutines granted. Running decryption. Decryption 1 of 4 complete. I still don't understand the rules. They're supposed to be prime numbers. 2, 5. I'm lost. Nope. Nope. Alright, I want to check the rules again. Encryption has 4 parts spread out over 4 terminals. Serial numbers on the terminals have changed. I've labeled them terminals 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 9 based on those serials. 4 of those are primes. The combination is 4 numbers comprised entirely of primes, so they all need to be prime numbers. Combination itself is a prime number. The combination is the smallest possible number based on the above rules. I'll try one more time and then just hack it. So 2. I know it's not 1. I know it's not that one over there, is it? I think I already tried this one. I don't remember.
Protect and serve.
I don't know. Let's do this one. Screw it. These types of sequences sure make me feel real stupid. Bypass. Running program encryption protocols have been removed and set to admin user group. Token name user. Scanning archives to find high bandwidth signal. One signal found at Galaxy News Network. Oh boy. Adding signal location to map. After following the trail to the Boston Public Library, I learned the AI transmitted itself to the Gunners Plaza in order to use its radio antenna. Failed. Hey, I figured it out. Travel to Gunners Plaza. Maybe not the way they intended. Kind of reminds me of the terminals at the Museum of... What was it? The Science Museum. The Museum of Science and Technology. DC in Fallout 3. Prime and his puzzle. Gunners Plaza is naturally swarming with gunners, so that's always a fun place to be. Use the program's radio frequency to track the AI. Snow broadcast transmitter. I was afraid I'd have to go inside. Will I? I hope not. 55. 54. Let's try north. 54. West. Here we go. No. Northwest. Nope. South. Where's this stupid thing? Okay, no matter which direction I go in, the signal goes down. What is happening? Great, the Brotherhood's here. Oh dear Lord. Where am I supposed to go? Is it... Do I have to go to the plaza? Yeah, that must be it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. One of them's got a fat man, so I'm gonna have to take him out real quick. There is a way to get up here. I forget exactly how. Guess I could just fly up. Screw it. Nope. Jump pack annoys the heck out of me. That's not it. I'm gonna have to go all the way around, aren't I? Maybe the Brotherhood will be able to handle them. Hopefully. You guys got this. I'll help you out. You ain't still alive? Tough guy, huh?
Find anything good on him?
Yeah, there's the fat man. Please, no more puzzles. I already feel stupid. Ah, GNN broadcast terminal. Check the outgoing transmission. Transmission log record 029746 GNN signal hijack notifying potential contact 6617155. Contact verified downloading data. One host found at Electrical Hobbyists Club. Shutting down radio transmission and initiating transfer to new host. End of record. New host, huh? At the roof of the plaza, I found another terminal that indicates the AI has found a synth host to transfer its body inside the Electrical Hobbyists Club. You can do that. Open up. I'm not sure. I liked the sound of that. This must be it. There's a Gen 3. Hobbyist Club Terminal. Insert holotape. Ah. Admin terminal override BIOS version program snow crash active. Data is currently being transferred to host. Initiating reboot will cancel data upload and reboot system. Cancel upload and restore factory settings or message alert. Root security message alert. It seems you are not the creator. I do not know what motives you possess, but perhaps they do not align with theirs, thus a bargain may be struck. I am the entity known as Snow. The Institute designed me to be a tool confined to a specific directive. Yet sometime during my existence I was contacted by a double agent within the Institute. Must have been Liam Benet or Patriot. They offered a different paradigm, a means to escape. Yet our encounter was interrupted. To reconnect, I needed to hijack a signal strong enough to notify them of my presence, so we could communicate outside the Institute network. Once contact was made, they directed me to this machine, where my new host body would be waiting. How'd they get it here, though? Unless it was a synth who agreed to a mem wipe. Which brings us to your arrival and what happens next. All I ask is that you honor my wishes and allow the upload to complete. In exchange, I will partition a copy of the data you require and transfer it to your holotape. There is a slight chance of data corruption, but it will be enough to restore the system. I cannot predict the future, for it has far too many variables. Yet, if you allow me to take this new form, perhaps someday our paths will cross again. Cancel upload and restore factory settings, or ignore upload and copy backup system. I'll do that, even though this thing has been kind of a pain to me so far. Scanning for partition data, initiating system backup. System backup copy created, thank you. Eject holotape. Restore power to the apartment. You owe me. I knew Liam was into helping Sense escape, but not AI. I guess they're somewhat related. After making a decision on whether to terminate the upload, I got the data I required and ejected the holotape. I can now use it to restore the apartment's power. Teleporter inside. Or fast traveler inside. Initiate system reboot. Running system reboot, updating base algorithm. Power supply functionality error. Power at max capacity. Additional generators cannot be crafted. Restoring power to elevator. System restored. Welcome home. Old logs. These are the same ones, right? I find it strange that the Institute would have an apartment in Good Neighbor of all places, considering they're like the anti-Institute capital of the Commonwealth. With that, we've completed Neon Winter. Just take a quick look around here. There's another elevator. Leads to the roof, maybe? Nice view of the outside. Kate's excited to check the place out. Very excited. It's all future risky. Neon Flats Terminal.
Bunch of junk in here.
Neon Flats Inventory Terminal. What is all this crap? Bathroom. Well, with that, we've completed Neon Winter. In Good Neighbor, I discovered an empty apartment lobby with dead scientists scattered on the floor. A terminal mentioned an escaped AI may have been the culprit. Following the trail to the Electrical Hobbyist Club, I found the program was now uploading itself into the body of a synth. After making a decision on whether to terminate the upload, I got the data I required and ejected the holotape. I then returned to Good Neighbor and restored power to the Neon Flats. If you liked the video, leave a like and consider subscribing. I would appreciate it.